Hello Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. Please come into this tarot reading with an open heart and an open mind. Take away only what resonates for you and please release the rest. Trust your own intuition above all else because you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Now, all that being said, let's try to have some fun and set the intention to get Taurus placements, some clear, helpful, insightful messages wherever they are at on their spiritual path currently. All right, let's do it for Taurus. For Taurus. All right, so I've done a whole bunch of love readings. The last 5 weeks have been pretty much nothing but love readings, so check those out. I'm kind of casting a wider net. Anything that comes out I'll read for, but we're just kind of doing a general spread, seeing what's coming in for Taurus, what's going on in Taurus's energy. So what's going on in the past? What's going on in the past? The Seven of Wands, and how is that impacting Taurus currently? These cards kind of stick together. It's funny, I saw the Five of Swords. I thought that was going to come out. It's about having to gather your inner strength because there was some sort of loss or disappointment, but you kept it hidden. You didn't let anybody know that you were grieving or going through something difficult. So what's going on emotionally for Taurus right now? What's going on emotionally? Assessment. Where do I go from here? Maybe something to do with work, especially, or something that happened or transpired in the past is now possibly impacting your livelihood or finances. And so I'm getting that you have major decisions to make, but you're not making them in any sort of rushed or chaotic energy. It's you understand that it's I think you understand energetically your vibe is going to be matched. So even if you do feel like you're in a little bit of crisis mode, which I don't really see here, but I'm just getting energetically, you're hiding it very well. There's a lot going on underneath the surface. You're not necessarily projecting that crisis or that oh my God, all hands on deck. You're just okay, exhale. How am I going to breathe through this? You know what I mean? You're getting a game plan together and you appear as very calm and maybe you are, but yeah, it's there's big things. There's big things coming in. All right. So then what is Taurus's goals and ambitions and plans? So you have the Two of Coins. You're waiting to see what comes back around. I don't really know what that's in reference to, but that's what I heard when I pulled that card. Something isn't done here and you know it. And there's something here about, I don't know if this is romantic for some of you. It could even be a situation with a friend or a coworker, someone you may have had I don't know if it was just a disagreement or a falling out. Again, different levels of severity there, but something you sort of have this cocky confidence, this inner knowing, I know they're going to come back. I'm not even sweating it. I mean, you may be a little bit, but not really. Again, you're not showing it. Your plans are to build and grow and expand and keep doing you. I don't see you offering an apology. I don't see you running back to anyone or getting down on hands and knees and begging. I mean, Taurus doesn't really do that anyway, right? You guys are granite rock. You're solid rock. What's holding Taurus back here? What's holding them back? The Nine of Swords. Yeah, so there is anxiety going on even though you're not letting it show. So here's the thing. Just make sure that you do have a healthy outlet available to you to release some of that tension and that baggage. If you don't necessarily feel like you want to express externally to your people, your friend, your family, what's going on, you don't have to, but the universe is indicating to me that you do have some pent-up stress, tension, anger. So, go do some Taurian things that are going to help release that and get you back to balance. Go get a massage or, go to the gym and hit a punching bag or do some yoga or, whatever, do some Reiki, do some sleep stuff, do some meditation, whatever it is that you do to kind of work through what's going on in the head, because it is indicating you've been through something that was very challenging. Five of Swords. And for a lot of you, it feels interpersonal. It feels like having put faith or trust in someone who kind of did you dirty or went behind your back, or it doesn't have to be that severe, but feeling disappointed by someone and understanding that some way or another, their actions did have an impact on you, even though you're not letting it stop you. You're not necessarily letting it get you down, but there is a little bit of fear regarding what comes next, even though you present as totally different. This actually feels kind of Scorpio-like too, where it's what is being seen is not necessarily indicative of what's being felt, or in your case, what's being thought. Because this can be sleepless nights, anxiety, not knowing what to do about a situation. Some of you are dealing with the aftermath of a major chapter of grief or loss in your life. I'm not predicting that. That would have already happened. And now it's kind of like a picking the pieces back up in order to get your life back on track. Maybe you had to take some time off work to deal with I don't know, settlements, financial stuff, someone you were taking care of. That feels more like, medical health related stuff with someone in your life. And yeah, it's like there's still a lot to be done here. But I think, honestly, Taurus, your energy is actually presenting really nicely in terms of understanding that this can't be rushed. You need to take it a day at a time. And things are going to settle when they settle. A lot of you may be waiting back for communications from external parties that, again, have to do with money, finance, contracts, closing out this, closing out that, bank accounts. Like I see you almost in like a guardian role for someone else and helping them work through certain things. And you can only do so much. You're sending out the emails, you're making the calls, and then it's like, well, hopefully they get back to me soon because I have a lot riding on that. But ultimately, it's like I have to give it up to the universe here. What's going to happen is going to happen. And so I think in a very Taurian way, it's like there's preparedness. It's like being prepared, being ready for whatever may come. And I mean, let's be realistic. You can't be prepared for every single scenario. But that being said, it doesn't mean you're not thinking about every single scenario here. I do see you trying to form some sort of game plan or strategy. And I know it's easy for me to say, I don't know exactly what y'all are going through, but the cards are telling me you're approaching this in the right way. You don't need to let this rattle you. I think this is a test of your strength and your endurance, but you got this. You got this tenfold. You got this times 10. So, but again, just make sure you have a healthy outlet to release anxiety right now. That's going to be important for you all. And then what's going to help Taurus move forward? What is their action or advice? That fire energy, what's going to help them move forward? The sun. So for some of you, your children, just being reminded of your children is going to be happy and healthy and good for you. Doing something that brings you warmth, doing something that brings you inspiration, what makes you feel inspired. Playtimes, what brings you joy, hobbies, outlets for, again, release, but something maybe creative. If you're a painter or a potter or a poet or anything that begins with P for that matter. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, any sort of creative outlet would be actually very cathartic for you right now. It might actually be a healthy way for you to work through. It's not necessarily presenting as emotions, but with that, the high priestess is attached to it, and that's moon energy, which is Cancerian energy, which is highly emotive. So again, you're not wearing it on your sleeve. It doesn't show that you're even rattled by this, but I have a little bit of an inkling here with the Nine of Swords that it's not as easy as you're making it look. And that's the thing, Taurus, you make it look very easy. None of your coworkers know that you're going through this. None of your friends really know unless you've shared it with them. It's you're showing up with a really good suit of armor on and a mask on, but behind the scenes you have a lot going on. Wherever you can, take time to heal. This is a huge card of healing, and it does have to do with healing your own inner child sometimes, with the children card. Also, you may have a Leo in your life who's just going to be a guardian angel, a saving grace, a Leo your Leo knows what's up with you. This might be best friend energy. This is a Leo who's going to come over and cook you dinner and be all right, girls' night. I'm going to paint your nails and you're going to tell me what's up and we're going to figure it out together. It doesn't have to be that specific scenario, but you have a Leo in your life who's there with endless support if you need them. Some of you are having a challenging or difficult time with your father. Ooh, that message keeps coming up for Taurus. I remember doing a very heavy reading for you guys. Something about dealing with the not backlash, end result, I don't know how else to say it. There's the aftermath of what has been rocky terrain with a father figure for some of you, and looking back on your own childhood and the impacts of that, as well as maybe how you're raising your children and how you're trying to do it differently. This is a very positive card though, so it says things are growing with abundance, whether you realize it or not. Yeah. Again, healing is a key word there too. You don't have to be defensive. You don't have to swallow your, not swallow your pride. That's not what I meant. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to suffer alone. You don't have to go at this all alone. You do have people that want to love and support you, but you do have to let them in on it. And that's something you seem to be struggling with right now is, do I get other people involved? Do I ask for help? Because for some of you, and I never mean to offend, but this feels very Taurian. It feels very fixed energy. there, like, it's almost like that ego check of like, well, if I were to ask for help, what does that say about me? It's like you guys are being very self-critical or hypercritical of not necessarily wanting to ask for help because there's pride in being able to do it yourself. But that in itself is a beautiful life lesson for you. This might be a time where things could actually be much clearer, or it would be more beneficial to you to reach out and ask for some help or support or assistance. Because again, this whole it's not like a literal angel, though some of you are very, connected to your guardian angels. You have a friend who it's like there may be a solution through them that actually expedites things quite quickly, especially in regards to waiting on signed documents or financial type stuff. It's like you have a very good link that it's like your friend has a very strong connection to someone who could really be of great benefit to you. If only they knew the scenario, they could be like, oh, I'll call my guy. He'll be right over tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? There's something here. And for some of you, I suppose that could even translate in terms of dating. For some of you, it's like you've married yourself to the idea of being single for life because it just doesn't work out with your person. You may be going through a loss with a Cancer or a Gemini. And for some of you, it's like your best friend knows someone who would be perfect for you, but you've already told everyone, like, I don't want to date. I have no interest in it, and blah, 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 blah. And that's, again, not for all of you, but for some of you, I'm going to say, I don't know why Leo's coming through as like the guardian angel here. So maybe you have multiple Leos in your life, but Leo is a strong asset to you right now, someone you can lean on for support. And it doesn't have to be just Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising, anybody who has strong Leo in their chart. And maybe Gemini as well. I'm getting a little bit of Gemini there too. Okay, hopes, dreams, goals. What is a Taurus hoping to get from this? The Six of Swords. Yeah, moving on and finding peace and having more clarity. Again, communications being more swift and engaging, as well as, again, having more clarity in terms of like negotiations and contracts being settled, being able to put one chapter behind you, closing out a deal, signing on the dotted line and being done with it. Again, something about this guardian role or helping someone close out. I don't know if it's a house or a bank or not a bank, but you know what I mean, like a bank account. There's something about getting everything in order, being able to sign off on it and send it out and ship it out, or, close it up, close it out. Then it's like, okay, done. It's like, it feels like you've been running a race for like a year and like you just want to reach the finish line and not have to deal with this stuff anymore. You're getting there. You're getting closer and closer. A few things are still falling into place there. But take some time out to rest and relax, to realign with your inner peace, and also make time for joy and fun and creative hobbies and pleasures. And I know sometimes that can seem very insignificant in the grand scheme of it, because it's like, I have so much work to do. I don't have time to go do this. But as a Taurian, you need to protect your energy, right? There's a need for you to get grounded and immerse yourself in things that make you happy. That's really, really important here. Because you have enough stuff weighing on you, right? You have enough stuff that's heavy, so we got to go do something light. All right, so then potential outcome here, we have the Two of Swords. All right, so again, focusing on your internal peace is priority number one. I'm always going to tell you that, Taurus, like always. And then Ten of Cups. Yeah, things work out beautifully. There's something charming about this connection. This does feel romantic, I can't lie. Some of you, this is so random and has nothing to do with anything I think I've said. Some of you are planning like a surprise party for your parents, or a surprise anniversary, or, Valentine's would have already passed, but there is some sort of like surprise admirer that wants to like, or maybe not admirer, I don't know, someone who wants to like take you away or help to heal you. Some of you are going to fall in love with like a healer or a doctor, or someone, I don't know, someone who, they're like a caretaker. They care for people for a living. Some of you, there's like romance and sparks flying there. Others of you, Ten of Cups says it's the happily ever after. It's the dream come true. And you can envision it. It's just not manifested in reality yet. Like it's not here in the 3D. But I think this is about having faith that your heart knows what's up. Your heart is telling you it's coming. And it's like, you just kind of have to grin and bear it a little bit longer, but it doesn't mean you have to suffer or be miserable. There's an acceptance and an understanding about where things are at. Keep in mind you are making strides forward and all is going to settle and be just right. But in the meantime, it's important to like, it's important to push pause on all the stress and drama and chaos so that you can go do the fun thing with that person you love. Whether that's your, your hubby, your wife, your children, your best friend, like make time for important connections because that's going to be very useful to you. Yeah, and there you are showing up in your best, Queen of Coins. It's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. I know it's easy for me to say. I don't know exactly what this is, but you have very good outcome cards. Money will be better established. If money is stuck up or resources are tight, there's going to be a new influx of money, but I'm getting something about there is a small waiting period. Things are still being determined, negotiation and contracts are still being settled, but you are gonna get a good payout from this, or money is gonna come from this, but it's just like, we gotta breathe through it. So then you have the Dragon's Lair, card number 19. Yeah, something about frozen assets or something being frozen. Not necessarily feeling comfortable in a house anymore, maybe because you're closing it out. It's some sort of important chapter in your life, possibly regarding a family dynamic has changed. And then you have the Wizard of Awareness. Okay, so 19 makes me think of the sun. So again, something about this coldness, things are going to warm up, things are going to heat up, but it may involve changing locations or moving house, or something about the next generation. It will be different because of your impact and what you're doing. And then, okay, so then this is like Taurian energy, but it's also kind of making me think of high priest, high priestess. You have you're juggling a lot of things. There's a lot of balls in the air right now. Your problems are still going to be there tomorrow, so it's okay to push pause and go do something fun and then get back to your obligations and responsibilities another day. I'm just hearing like things are in motion, the wheels are turning, the cogs are turning. But it doesn't mean it has to prioritize your attention all the time. If anything, you might be so in it, like it's like not being able to see the forest from the trees. It's funny, I put it next to the Six of Swords. It would be beneficial for you to walk away from this just for a few hours, a few days, whatever you can afford, because you may actually gain greater perspective on this. Some of you need to meet with a financial advisor or reach out to some sort of resource that could offer you like a different perspective or greater assistance. There is something that's like you want to know it all and you want to do it all, when the universe is like, please just ask for help, because this person can not only advise you or maybe even teach you how to do it, but also they can just take care of it for you, and it doesn't have to be a blow to your ego. It's like that's what this person does for a living. To like let them help you. It's worth the money. All right. Healing Oracle card for Taurus. You got two. So bounteous, I hope I'm saying that right. Generously given, relationships and coming together. Yeah, again, this is about letting other people support you with their bounty, with their goods, with their resources, with their money, with their love, their time, their attention. Put that next to the Queen of Coins. Yeah, this is you, don't get me wrong, but this is also like a best friend who comes to your aid, comes to your support, comes to your rescue. And I'm not saying you're necessarily doing this, but this is a friend where, if you call them at midnight and you're like, I need $5,000, they're like, I got you, boo. Like, no questions asked. Like, I think it's important to say or ask yourself, who is that friend in your life? Like, if shit went down, right, and it was an emergency, who would be that call in the middle of the night? Like, I need you, come over now. You have that person in your life, and I'm not saying you're going to need that resource, but I think it's about understanding like there's more allies here than you're allowing yourself to believe. This is someone who would go to the ends of the earth for you. And then thank you, gratitude, appreciating, and appreciating what is sustaining you. And it's you, don't get me wrong, Taurus, sustainability, that's such a Taurian word, right? The long-term, earthy energy. But this is also optimistic and hopeful to me, because it's saying you're actually going to allow someone the gift and benefit of allowing them to do a favor for you. Do you understand what I mean by that? It's like you both win. You allow this person to feel good about themselves because they're able to step in and help. It makes them feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside that you're allowing them to help. And it's like you're letting them into the situation. You're letting them peek behind the curtain and see what's actually going on. And it's allowing them to know you in a greater depth or a greater understanding. And again, it's about letting your pride go. It's not that you have to do it all. And also you win too, because there's actually something this person is really, really going to be able to help you with. So. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in today, Taurus. I appreciate you. Show me some love and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it, even if you want to leave a positive comment or an emoji. Anything like that would help this reading find a greater audience on YouTube. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the notification bell and you will be alerted when I post my readings on YouTube. And if you want more content from me, I am on Instagram and Facebook. I do a select amount of personal readings a month, so you're welcome to reach out to me via email. Check out the description box below to do that. We could try and book a tarot reading for you that is more catered specifically to your energy, your questions, your inquiries, your storyline, all that good stuff. Thanks for joining me today. I'm the Intuitive Teacup, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye.